Hey guys, Boyd here, how's it going? And today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to get more kills with Geb using 6 helpful techniques that I have learned ever since I started to play with Geb. Now I do understand the fact that the typical role of the support is just to sit back and help your team get as much kills as they can. However, I do view the support to be equally important just like any other member of the team, and that he has the right to get, kills as well. I'm not saying that the support should be the carry or he should have the top kills. I'm just saying that maybe the support could get maybe something around 4 or 5 kills each match, so he could buy items better and he could support better in less amount of time. Anyway guys, here are my 6 tips that will help you get more kills with Geb. Tip number 1. Buy Mystical Mail in early game. So the Mystical Mail is basically one of the best items that you can get for Geb, especially in early game. Mainly because the Mystical Mail provides 40 additional magical damage on enemy gods who are close enough to Geb, or any god basically. And let's not forget that Geb is a melee guardian, which means that he has no ranged attack and he attacks with his hands, and that when he attacks the enemy gods with his hands, the Mystical Mail will be providing 40 additional magical damage to the enemy gods. Tip number 2. Use the Shockwave as close as you can. The closer you hit the enemy gods with the Shockwave, the more damage you will deal to them. So the smart trick here is that you need to hit the enemy gods as close as you can with the Shockwave, and that's how I usually secure 80% of my kills, with the Shockwave. It's a really strong ability and you should really take advantage of it. Tip number 3. Chase fleeing enemies with the rollout and finish them off with the Shockwave. Now what I tend to do with Geb a lot is basically chase down enemy gods who have low health with the ball or the rollout, his first ability. After I chase the enemy, I usually hit them with the Shockwave, and sometimes the Shockwave is enough to eliminate the enemy god and sometimes it's not enough. But if you've decided to really accept my tip number 1, which is buying Mystical Mail in early game, the Mystical Mail should finish the job for you. You should continue following the god for around 2 or 3 seconds and the Mystical Mail should kill the god for you. Also, if you really want to make sure 1000% that you're going to kill the god, you can always follow the god with your Mystical Mail and just continue basic attack him. That way, he's 100% guaranteed to die. Tip number 4. Use the combination of Blink, Ultimate, and the Shockwave. A lot of people who play with Ares kind of know that this tip is very important and very useful, but some other people disagree that it's not really that useful with Geb, but I have to disagree with them as well. Basically, when we target gods who have health lower than 45% or 40%, you can always use the Blink to teleport next to them, use your ultimate to stun them, and then basically finish them off with the Shockwave, the Mystical Mail, and your basic attacks. Tip number 5, and it is one of the most important tips that I'm gonna give for you, which is focus mages who have no leap abilities. Personally, my favorite targets are Zeus, Aposh, Kukulkan, Poseidon, basically any mage who has no leap ability. And what makes this a good thing is that they have no leap, which means that they cannot escape, and basically Geb can use his first ability to catch up to them and finish them off with the ways that we stated previously, like the Mystical Mail, basic attacks, Shockwave, ultimate, anything. The thing is, they can't escape from you, so it's going to be really easy for a Geb player to kill them. I would like to note that if you want this tip to actually work and be 100% effective, you need to build up your magical defense, because mages, they are weak, they can be killed quickly, that's true, but they also cause huge amounts of magical damage. Tip number 6. Surprise your enemies with unexpected moves. What makes Geb so special is that he can actually push the enemy gods with his first ability, the ball. So what I'm trying to say here is that you can always try to throw the enemy gods using your ball towards your tower in Conquest or Joust, or you can throw them towards your base in Arena, or you can simply blink under their tower and use your ultimate and let your team come in and finish them off, stuff like that. And the good thing also is that Geb is a support and you should actually work on increasing his HP, his physical and magical defenses, so that you don't really have to worry about dying soon. So yeah guys, these are the 6 tips that will help you get more kills with Geb. I hope that you enjoyed the video and I hope that you found these tips to be helpful. And I wish you good luck in your future battles as Geb, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.